Hello? Great. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, better. Awesome. Okay. You know, it's just so heartwarming to see all of you here, and exactly what I envisioned when we planned this is happening. I'm seeing people greeting each other with great big smiles going, I haven't seen you in so long, how are you, how wonderful this is, and like that's what happens when you have this community that has been building and growing for 50 years in Dover. And it's just incredibly heartwarming also to see how many lives have been touched by Dover Adult Learning Center and how Dover Adult Learning Center has touched so many lives. So this is a dream come true for me to have you all here to share this moment with us. I have a few welcoming remarks and a brief program, and then we're going to hopefully invite you inside to do some tours of the highlights of DALC's history. They'll start over at door 3 on this side and look for a board member with a blue badge like this, and they can point you in the right direction. So, if you haven't figured out already, I'm Deanna Strand, and I'm the Executive Director of Dover Adult Learning Center. And I have the honor of being just the 4th Executive Director in the entire 50-year history of Dover Adult Learning Center. I feel really honored and privileged to be here at this particular point in its history. You know, in the 13 years that I've been here, I've witnessed a lot of change. We've weathered a variety of challenges. We had a shift from the GED to the HiSET. We had a law that is not really so new anymore that changed the dropout age from 16 to 18, which really changed how we did things. There have been changes to the federal law that governs and authorizes our work, WIOA. It aligned us more closely with the workforce system and strengthened some of our partnerships and program models. And we have new state leadership, and the demographics of our community have changed over those 13 years. So we've seen a lot of change in the last 13 years, just that I've been here. But Dover Adult Learning Center stays solid and steady through it all. And I think that's because the one thing that hasn't changed is our core philosophy. It's been here the entire time I've been here and for its entire history. And for the last year, we've been combing through our archives and talking with people from our history. And there's one thread that continues from the beginning to now. I felt it the first time I walked through that door, and I feel it today, every day, when I see our dedicated and committed staff working with our students and transforming their lives through education. And that is an unwavering commitment to the success of each and every unique learner. Every learner who comes here is greeted with respect, they're valued for their strengths, and they're supported in reaching the goals that they have made for themselves. Every learner receives an individual learning plan, and a counselor helps them to identify the barriers and the supports to ensure that they're successful. They are welcomed back every and any time that they need help, and that is the core of Dover Adult Learning Center's philosophy and guiding principles. Helen Phipps, our founder, Debbie Tasker, a 25-year veteran here only, then she went on to have another career in adult ed at the state. Jim Verschuren, my immediate predecessor, they all built a culture that nurtures deep and caring relationship and personalized attention and intensive support that forms DALC's original guiding principles. And DALC itself has thrived because in large part because of the culture, but also because of the strong private-public partnership that it enjoys and benefits from. Dover Schools, the City of Dover, the Bureau of Adult Education at the state, and the nonprofit Dover Adult Learning Center of Stratford County each provide continuous and significant support that have kept DALC well-resourced for the entirety of its 50 years. DALC is a solid and strong organization that is now poised for the next 50 years. It really is my privilege and pleasure to be here at this moment in the history of DALC in this community. We're going to have, as I said, a brief program, and it is going to start with our mayor, Bob Carrier, who's going to read a proclamation and say a few words, and continue with some congratulations, and then an award. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you. Deanna, you are awesome. Before I start to say a few words, I'm going to quickly invite my City Council Deputy Mayor, Dennis Shanahan, up to read our land acknowledgement agreement for the city that the City Council passed, and it's the main reason we stand on this land today. Dennis.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So as we stand here celebrating a short 50 years in the history of Dover with the Dover Adult Learning Center, it's always appropriate to think back on the peoples that preceded us by hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of years. The city of Dover has adopted a land acknowledgement that reflects those thoughts and honors the folks that came here long before us. This event takes place at Cocheco within Indakina, now called Dover, New Hampshire, which is the unceded traditional ancestral homeland of the Abenaki, Pennacook, and Wabanaki peoples, past and present. We acknowledge and honor with gratitude the land, waterways, living beings, and the Ainabak, the people who have stewarded Indakina for many millennia. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. So I've been thinking a lot with a 50-year celebration coming up and to say a few words. And I've been born and raised in this city, and I've seen what DALC has done. I've gone to the majority of the graduations, and the stories that are told, unbelievable. These are people citizens that took a journey that was a tough journey, and they really had nowhere to turn. And they wanted a better life, a better job. So they went to an organization called DALC and said, I need some help. I'd like to take some courses. I need to learn computer. I need to do all of these things. I need to learn how to speak English. And it went right down the line. And the vision started 50 years ago with a group of people that got some sponsors for short money. It was not a lot of money. And we know how sponsorships go and fundraising goes. And every year they'd ask for more, they'd ask this, they asked that, and they never gave up. Never. They said, we will do this, we will teach, and we will do this for nothing if we have to help these people. And today, look at what we have. It's incredible. It really is. And again, like I say, if you ever went to a DALC graduation, and some of these graduates, what they have done with their life, and the jobs that they have today would blow you away. Seriously, it's unbelievable. So at City Council, we honored DALC, and we read a proclamation to DALC. And a lot of you, I'm sure, did not have the opportunity to hear that proclamation. I would like to reread that proclamation. Whereas Dover Adult Learning Center has continuously provided high-quality adult education since 1968, allowing community members to reach their full personal, educational, and career potential through education, training, and employment, strengthening New Hampshire's communities, workforce, and economy. And whereas DALC serves the most vulnerable populations, including people with disabilities, the unemployment, homeless, immigrants in a respectful, responsible, and welcoming environment, helping them overcome barriers to education, advancement, and civic participation. And whereas DALC's multiple locations serve one of the largest adult literacy populations in the state. Adults in all cities and towns in Stratford County have access to adult education in DALC's 2 permanent locations in Dover and Rochester, the Stratford County Department of Corrections, and with volunteer tutors. And whereas over 8,000 people have completed high school with diploma equivalency at DALC, many years more people earn a high school equivalency here than anywhere else in the state of New Hampshire. This is unreal. Whereas, English language learners from dozens of countries around the world who speak numerous different languages improve their ability to speak, read, and write English, earn U.S. citizenship, and or gain civic skills. And whereas adult graduates of DALC continue their education and prepare for careers, in addition to reading, writing, and math, students learn digital literacy, gain college knowledge, and prepare a career plan. Many enter training, community college, or apprenticeships better prepared for success. And whereas DALC provides a safety net for teens who might otherwise drop out of high school, in-school youth complete some of or all of their high school education with DALC under alternative learning plans written by their high schools. These students become part of the graduation rate instead of the dropout rate. And whereas over the past 50 years, DALC has worked tirelessly to build partnerships with the community, schools, and businesses to continuously improve its programs and meet the needs of its constituents, and pledges to do so for the next 50 years. I'll read another proclamation in 50 years. They're gonna extend our lives longer. Now therefore, I, Robert Carrier, Mayor of the City of Dover, New Hampshire, do hereby recognize Dover Adult Learning Center's 50th anniversary, and bless you all for doing so much work. Maybe find a place for that. There you go, Deanna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Go. Thanks for that.
It is now my honor to introduce Representative Chris Pappas, who brings us congratulations from the U.S. Congress.
Thank you so very much, Deanna, and thank you to Mayor Carrier and the city and state officials that are here as part of this celebration today. And I want to thank all of the community members, the staff of the Dover Adult Learning Center, volunteers, folks that have been engaged in this work for a long time. This is an impressive community effort, and I think this shows that by working together, we can create opportunities for individuals to be able to reach their full potential. And this is just terrific. I'm honored to be a part of this. For the past 5 decades, this organization has significantly grown and worked to meet the needs of an ever-changing community, from new Americans to folks who need to continue their education and gain new skills. Included, the high school equivalency, language courses, cultural enrichment activities, other sort of training, workforce, moving to online platforms. So the work has changed over the last 50 years, but this work is as essential as it has ever been to meet the needs of the residents of Dover and the surrounding towns. We know that this work serves adults, teenagers, the elderly, low-income individuals, and other folks from across the community. And so by creating an accessible community founded in learning, the Dover Adult Learning Center has accomplished crucial progress in adult education, and has provided life-changing resources for Granite Staters who want to grow and thrive. Obviously, the effort would not be possible without the dedicated staff today and before today who have tirelessly worked to make this organization run, as well as the committed students who are pursuing their education and learning opportunities. I just want to applaud everyone who's been a part of this effort. I've gotten to learn a lot about it over the last few years, and I commend you on 50 strong years, and I wish you all the best in the next half century and well beyond. This could not be more important. The work could not be more urgent to connect people with opportunity, to ensure that education continues and that folks can thrive economically and in so many other aspects of their lives. And I just want to present you with a citation here, Deanna. It's from the official congressional record. We read into the record all the important accomplishments over the last 50 years and more, and what the Dover Adult Learning Center means to this community and to the people of New Hampshire. So congratulations on reaching this milestone. It might not be as thorough as the mayor's proclamation, but it gets the job done, and it will ensure that the Dover Adult Learning Center lives on in the records of Congress. So congratulations on this milestone. It's an honor to be with you here today.
And we have more congratulations from the U.S. Congress. We have Ashley Mata from Senator Maggie Hassan's office.
Thank you. The senator could not be here today, so she has sent a letter for me to read. Dear friends, I regret that I cannot be with you for today's event, but I join you in celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Dover Adult Learning Center. Your work plays a critical role in the lives of Granite Staters who seek to further their education in adulthood. The individualized attention that is given to the students in your program sets them up for success in their communities and helps them become more effective learners. This level of support makes a tangible difference for students who may face unique challenges in continuing their education. Thank you for your commitment to your fellow Granite Staters. I look forward to continuing to work together to strengthen the resources that make our state a special place to live, work, and raise a family. With every good wish, Margaret Wood Hassan, United States Senator.
We have one more piece to our program tonight. If you'll just give me a second to get organized before everything blows away. Because this really is the most important part of the program. Because tonight we are awarding our first ever Lifetime Achievement Award for a DALC Distinguished Educator. The recipient of this award embodies the values and the principles that you've heard described here tonight. She is a steadfast defender and champion of her students, known to call everyone on testing day to make sure they got there, and in many cases going to pick them up. She simply refuses to accept anything other than success. One student described her as the mother, grandmother, and godmother that he never had. He's going to start to give it away. She has worked at DALC for over 40 years. Do you know who you are yet? In that time, she has touched the lives of countless individuals in and out of jail, in Somersworth High School, and in the community through her many teaching and counseling roles, including, okay, hope you're all well rested, Director and Counselor of Somersworth Career Technical Center, Counselor in Dover Adult High School Diploma Program, Developer and Coordinator of the Somersworth Dover Adult Diploma Partnership, Coordinator of the After School GED Options Program in Somersworth, Basic Skills and High School Equivalency Teacher at the Stratford County Department of Corrections, and a counselor there, where she continues to teach anger management and parenting classes, and to counsel in drug court in the therapeutic community at the jail. She has taught inmates at the jail to crochet Afghans to donate to local nonprofits, and she's played an integral role in developing the Family Reception Center at the jail, which provides a positive and comfortable setting for families and children to visit loved ones. She teaches special classes in the community. She teaches at Lydia's House of Hope, a transitional housing for women in recovery, and she does pastoral counseling at the Pastoral Counseling Center of Dover and Rochester. She even taught cooking classes in Dover Adult Learning Center's enrichment program. Now, I think that's just a short list. I know there are things that I am missing, and maybe she'll give you a few more if you ask her, but I'm going to ask her to come up now. And I have a special guest here who's going to present this award. I'm looking for you. Here you are. And I'm going to let Warren tell you who he is.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Warren DeWallaby. I'm the former superintendent of the Department of Corrections here in Stratford County. I go back a long ways with this young lady, and it's my privilege to be here to award her this award. Many years ago, I won't bore you with a long statement, but many years ago, when I was smarter than everybody, I quit high school in my junior year. And then when I got older, I realized how dumb I was, and I went to Dover Adult Learning Center to get my GED. And from that time on, I had applied at the Stratford County House of Corrections, which required a high school education. Well, needless to say, 28 and a half years later, I retired as superintendent, starting at the ground floor, working up through. And this story isn't about me, but it's from the time I started through the time I retired. This young lady was at the jail weekly, if not more than weekly, and teaching the inmates and doing all kinds of things with them. She is a remarkable young woman. I say young because I see her that way. And she's a godsend to all the inmates that were there that needed help, wanted help, and accepted her help. If they didn't, then she tried to get it to them, but it was up to them. And I am so proud to be asked to give this award. Let me get my glasses on because I cannot see that glass. It says, in recognition of her boundless energy, deep compassion, transformative impact, and steadfast adversary for the success of the countless individuals for over 40 years of service, on the occasion of DALC's 50th anniversary, October 4th, 2022, Dover, New Hampshire.
Those of you who know me know that I'm not ever at a loss for words, but you've managed to do that. I am surprised. I'm looking out at the sea of people here, and I know so many of you, and I've been so blessed to be able to work for DALC for so many years. I love what I do. All I can say is at 78, I still love what I do, and I'm not ready to stop. In the jail, they refer to me as the bag lady because I'm always carrying bags of books and bags of stuff to bring in that I'm allowed. But it's really important to do what you love, and I've been able to do what I love for so many years. And I have students. I have a student who started with me, didn't even have a high school diploma, and now has his doctorate. I have really been blessed in my life and in my career, and I thank you all for giving me the opportunity to do what I love. Thank you.
Hang on tight.
And I'm just going to take a minute to thank you all again for being here, to invite you to have some snacks and find your way over to door 3 to take a tour of highlights from DALC's decades of history. Thank you once again. Wait a second, we have a piece. I forgot the piece. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to do a ribbon cutting to launch the next 50 years, and I would like, okay, here we go. I want everybody who has ever worked at DALC, been a volunteer at DALC, been on the board at DALC, taken a class at DALC, taught a class at DALC, made a donation to DALC. I want you all up here. Okay? Come right up here, right up the stairs. Oh, okay. Well, obviously any of our presenters and dignitaries that were here today. Sorry.
I see some. I say students. I said students. I see students out there. Nicolina and Sandy. Oh, okay. Come on.
Mary too.
Great speech.
Andrew, you step forward. So if everybody who's in the picture can try to be between the green ribbon, so between Brett here and Ian, so if we can all squeeze.
Why did you cut it? Someone's here. Okay,
Definitely not me. I'm not
no, it is. Some of you people come over here if you want to get it. Where is Judy?
Come over next to Art. Looks like he has no friends.
I was counting. You got it. I forgot how many we put in.
I need help. These are heavy. Okay.
Could have been more, I guess.
Okay. Got everybody in?
Watch your face.
I know.
Okay. So Melissa, tell me when I can go.
All right.
Do you want to be right here, Melissa?
Probably.
Yep. Come on in. Take my spot.
Sorry, this is a video.
You're fine.
All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yay!